why do you want to be president? Like, is there a main goal to mostly like introduce numerology on a larger scale, or is it more so to kind of tip the scales? Basically, is what I'm trying to understand. Like, because I understand, like, based on what I've seen so far, that presidents don't really do much, and when they do things, it's never in the best interest of the people. So, like, why do you want to be president?
He
God,
doesn't understand
wow.
clearly what a
God
president is
damn.
because
Hold on. That other guy could shut up. She just came in here and, just asked a question like a White House reporter.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot like
she
that.
got the voice for it too.
Thank
That's
you.
good stuff. That's good stuff, man.
Thank you.
So here's what it comes down to. You got to win first. That's what it comes down to. You got to win first. Once you're in there, it's a different story. And let me explain how this works. Right now, we have an empty suit in the White House, and the empty suit, he gets his instructions from Susan Rice, who gets her instructions from Barack Obama. So Barack Obama is still the shadow president right now. So being the president right now doesn't mean much because you're constrained by your puppeteer. When Ronald Reagan was president, his first couple years, first year, he was very vocal. And then he got shot. And then George Bush became his handler. So when someone is president, it's not like the office itself is weak. You can do some damage in the White House. If you get the right person in there, you can make some laws. You can shake some shit up. I'll give you an example. President Kennedy signed Executive Order 11110 on 6/4/1963. And he basically cut off the Federal Reserve. They couldn't print money anymore. It wasn't backed by the U.S. government anymore. Now, yes, he got shot, but he actually showed that office actually does have some teeth in it. The problem is the person who's there has to bite down. And every person who's been in that office has been a puppet. So when you have a puppet in a powerful position, it kind of negates it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that makes sense to me.
Okay. So when it comes down to the presidency, I would say Trump is the one who had the least amount of strings as president. But I also think that Trump was so constrained by Barack Obama's deep state that he really couldn't get much done. And the reason he couldn't get much done is because he had traitors. He had all sorts of stuff in his administration, just all sorts of garbage. And in all honesty, he's not that bright of a man.
So would you say that because he didn't have as many strings as the others, that kind of gave him a bit of an ego, which made him believe he was untouchable?
Yeah. Yep. Especially since he's like not the most intelligent man. What he is he's a creature of fucking habit. And, he's had some good mentors. So, yeah, I would definitely say that he had an ego. And, I mean, I'm not sure who followed me in 2000. 2020. I don't even remember what fucking account that was. Matrix Prime or one of my fucking 18 accounts. But I said, 2 months before the election happened, that they were going to steal the election from Trump and Trump won't concede. I said that. I knew exactly what would happen. It was a fucking rat year. Of course they're gonna fucking steal shit.
Okay, so I have another question. As president, do you hope to like introduce numerology and astrology into the public curricular system, like as that being a mandatory?
No. That has to happen differently. I can't force shit like this down people's throats because then the LGBT will be accusing me of the same thing I accuse them of. It can't work like that. What has to happen is it has to be regulated. You have to regulate numerology and astrology first, and then you can put it in the school system. So you have to have one before the other. And what I mean by regulate, I sure as hell wouldn't want astrology in the school systems right now. These fucking crazy motherfuckers have no idea what they're talking about. Why would I want to listen to them? So you have to distinguish who's actually good at this shit and who isn't. That's gonna take some time. So that means it has to be regulated. To regulate it, then you have to basically start reverse engineering it. People in public would have to do things of that nature to actually do percentages, how many times this hit, how many times this hit, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So all that stuff would have to get done. Then after it's regulated, then you could start putting in the school system. But as president, you could probably open a new cabinet level position called the Secretary of Metaphysical Science, which is probably what I should be, but I couldn't be both. um, Still the first numerologist to ever make the White House, so I'm still proud of that.
Yeah, that is a huge accomplishment. I agree. So basically, like, is your end goal to kind of like create some sort of order? Because I noticed you talked about a lot that you feel like things are a little out of whack. So is that like what you're really coming in for?
I don't think a president has enough powers to change things in society to the point where, okay, they're fixed. We don't live in a society that gives presidents that type of power. Even powerful presidential systems like the French system or the Russian system, even they have some constraints. Um, no, that's why they have presidents and kings, completely different. For instance, I think the first thing I'd probably do, first executive order, is probably ban pornography.
Okay, that makes
I think that would probably be the first thing I would do. Probably within the first 24 hours of becoming president. As soon as that happens, lawsuits are coming in. Then have to go to the corrupt court system. The corrupt court system has judges that are bound to help, their own people. So my executive order would be overturned by some kind of faggot who is a judge who says this is against people's civil liberties, yada, yada, yada. After that, I would have to try to push something through Congress, which would most likely be blocked as well. So the presidential system is very, very constrained from what you can actually do. Yet, there are some things you can do as president that Congress can't really fuck with you. For instance, I could declare a war on drugs for, I don't know who's doing that. Okay. I could declare a war on drugs for 30 days without congressional approval and just start fucking going after pedophiles. Boom, boom. For about 30 days, I could fucking do whatever I want with the law enforcement, go after all the pedophiles, go after all these smut dealers. And then within 30 days, I would probably be questioned. But there's certain things you can do with the military, especially the Marines, as president, and there's little constraints. But from a legal standpoint, these judges are way too fucking powerful. Way too fucking powerful. And by the way, I'm not. Who remembers when I said at the beginning of the year, I'm worried that the Republicans are fucking pushing abortion. And I think these are fucking like rhino agents within the Republican Party when it comes to the Supreme Court, who are going to push uh, abortion bans to get single women to go out there and vote for Democrats. And that's exactly what happened. So there's people inside the Republican Party who are just there to be a clutch for the Democrats. It's disgusting. I mean, I don't even know. At this point, Trump might be like, because I keep thinking like most of Trump's candidates lost. Most of the people Trump was pushing lost. Is this guy like still on Obama's payroll, making sure that the Democrats keep positions because people hate him so much? Anything's really possible at this point.
I mean, if he doesn't get locked up, then he's probably not on the payroll. If he doesn't get locked up in the next 2 months or whatever.
I mean, I don't want this guy winning shit in 2024. And by the way, DeSantis, yeah, he looks nice. DeSantis looks real nice. How about that Yale Skull and Bones member? How about that? Same as the Bushes. Come on, man. This guy didn't just come out of nowhere. And if Trump's attacking him before the guy even says he's running for president, then he actually has some real weight behind him, because Trump wouldn't just prop someone up like that.
Yeah.
Understood. So basically what you're saying is that you're trying to like plant seeds with the best that you can do and hope.
What's your birthday?
Flourish. My birthday?
Yes.
Yeah. I think she's a snake.
3/13/01.
Snakes are the fucking smart ones, ain't they?
Yeah, very wise.
She fucking read between. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say any of that shit, and she read between the lines perfectly. Well done, girl. Well done, girl.
Thank you. I have one more question. Is that okay?
Or go ahead.
Okay, so basically, from what I'm understanding, that a lot of times when you do readings publicly, you want people to kind of look at people who have their similar numerology number. Would you go as far as to say, because I know there are some people out there that don't necessarily feel in true alignment with their numbers. Do you think it is a good idea to like kind of do more research in terms of like foods? Like basically my first name starts with an A, so like an apple. If I were to eat more apples, and I'm not in the Gematria Club or any of the other clubs, I am in the Western astrology thing that you're doing on Discord, but just from my understanding, would you say that doing stuff like that can help align you with your imprinted energy?
Yes. Thank you. Here's the thing. When people's numerology doesn't feel like it matches them, there might be other things within numerology that they don't know yet, or might never know, that actually explains that. Because, like, for instance, I gave someone a reading the other day. He's like, this doesn't really feel like me. And then we went into some advanced numerology, and I pointed out this changed in this year, and all of a sudden he's like, oh wow, you're fucking psychic. So again, so Kat, the other day, I now only gave this guy a reading, and I told him exactly where he made his money and how. I told him what field he made his money in. Guy was tripping. Right after that, he passed his interview.
Yeah. In regard to that imprinted energy, a lot of times, there's stuff we can't say publicly. There's things right under their nose they don't see in their own, numerology. It's right there. It's right there. Because I know a girl I'm very close with. She's not a 7. She's not born on the 16th or the 7th or the 25th, but she's very injury and disease prone. She stubbed her toes. She gets injured a lot. But there's hitting things within her birthday she doesn't even see that's right there. But, we can't say so much. But it is what it is.
You a motherfucker, Kat. Hey, girl, he likes you. He gave you more than I would have. But you're a snake. You're a snake. When it comes to when it comes to this type of thinking, you're built for this. That's why it comes so easy. That's why it came so easy to me. That's why I made sure my first child was born in 2013. So I had, someone who understood this stuff. We have our faults as snakes. God knows we have our faults. But at the end of the day, no one's better when it comes to numerology, astrology, tarot, all that dimension stuff. It's all that's what, there's some stuff I call tiger shit. Tiger shit is jumping out of a plane. Tiger shit is rock mountain climbing. Tiger shit is going snowboarding down a fucking mountain. You know, that's tiger shit. Snake shit is astrology, numerology, tarot. So we all have our stuff.
Okay, I understand.
All right, we got some other people.
I would, one more thing, I would really think about what Kat said and rethink about it and rethink about it. And that would be the end of that. I like her too. She's a snake, man.
Yes, I'm sure she'll eventually figure out what I was trying to say.
Eventually she will, man. Anyways, who's next?
I think we got Rooftop Kimchi is next. Rooftop Kimchi, what'd you want to say?
What's good, Cat Gary? So appreciate you guys having